Y'all gotta excuse me. I usually like sitting in the dark and I haven't been feeling myself lately. I don't know how I've been feeling lately. I don't even want to question it. Um a lot of this question get asked a lot. How did women create babies without men? Well, like I say all the time, we are energy beings. We are energy. That means anything we put our energy to is going to heaven. And we are also spiritual beings. That means the spirits all around us. We are a spirit, in fact. So the way that a woman used to be able to have a baby, the way that we look, this is what a lot of people tend to not be able to get out of their head. The way we look right now as human beings, we did not look like this. If you look at how we look from the very beginning of creation, before we got invaded, the way we look now and the way we used to look, you would think that the way we used to look were aliens. That's all I'm going to say. If you look at the way we originally look when we was born on this earth before we got invaded, if you look at us how we did before we got invaded, you would indeed, in fact, think that we are aliens. Because the way we originally looked from the very beginning, it is no comparison to how we look now. We have been so genetically modified over the last hundreds and thousands of years until if we were to look at ourselves in the face, we couldn't even identify it. Just like if we were to look at our own creator in the face, we wouldn't be able to identify it because we have been reprogrammed and resetted and reproduced so many times. Until if you indeed was to see your original self before you got invaded and tampered with, you would run from yourself. You would think that you were alien. You would think that you are being out of this world. You won't even be able to recognize yourself. This is how fucked up that they made us until we don't even know who we are. We would run from ourselves. Now, the way that we gave life as women, we didn't give babies. We helped nature because we was nature. We was the women was nature. The women was the source of nature. We would go all over the earth, all over our world, and we would drop food for nature. We would make the trees grow. The way that we would give life, we would sit and we would give life to an orange. We would give life to an apple. We would piss on the grass to make the grass grow. We would sit in the trees and let the trees blossom with apples. We were the sources of life. And the powers that we had, we didn't know how to talk. We didn't have language. We didn't have a Bible or none of that because we could read each other's minds. And the words that did come out of our mouth, they was more like noises because we didn't have language. This is why a lot of people can identify with animals because y'all think that animals can't talk. But actually, everything that these animals are saying, they are talking in their own language. It's just that they are talking in their own frequency to the point that we can't understand it. This is why when we talk to a dog, they can't really understand what we're saying because they are in a different frequency. This is why you got to train the dog. You got to train the dog to obey you by certain words because they don't understand the English language. Just like we don't understand their language. But where we come from, animals understand what we're saying and we understand what animals saying because where we originally come from, we didn't need men. We had animals that worked for us. This is why when the Anunnakis got here, all they saw was land and animals. They refused to tell the earth that they saw us too. The animals worked for us, not men. The lions and tigers and alligators, they were all nice, beautiful creatures. We could walk up to a lion and talk to a lion. We could walk up to a lion and say, look, I'm going to need you to go over there and do something. And the lion will go over. No animals will harm us because the animals knew who we were. Men didn't get created until we got invaded. That's when they created men. And when they created men, they only made men to not only take control of us, but take the power so that case we can forget who we were. And ever since then until this day, men have all the power. We can't have babies without men because they took away our power to make our own babies. We need your sperm to make babies. Men is the president. Men run this whole world. And us women, we sit back and we let it happen because we forgot who we are. We forgot where we came from. We forgot that we was invaded. We forgot that we gave birth to all of this. Women forgot that. Women have been so submissive under the man until they forgotten the power that they have. And then when women do get the power that we need, the first thing that men do is say, oh, look at the women trying to be men. Look at the women trying to do things that man can do. So what men do is they give us hard labor. They make us do hard shit that they know that we can't do to prove to us how weak we are. So every day it's a war on the woman. I've been a forklift heavy machinery operator for the last 20 years. I work with predominantly men. And these men did not respect that I was a woman. They talked around me just like I was a man. Whenever men would come in the warehouse and talk to me and give me praise, they would just say, oh, yeah, she only got the job because she got a vagina. They loved me, but they couldn't stand the fact that I was a woman. And I can drive a payloader. I can drive a ditch witch. I can drive a forklift. I can drive these things. And they hated it. I became a manager at a major warehouse, a supervisor, no, a manager. I was the only woman manager. And I managed all men. And the man didn't like how I was managing because I was managing too good. Because I was communicating with the workers. They got rid of my ass in 3 months. And don't get me wrong, the workers that worked under me, they cried when I left. They even protest. So as long as we as women on this planet, we will never get ahead the way we supposed to get ahead. This is why our God is a man. Because where we come from, we don't have a God or a leader. We control our own planet. We birth our own planet. We control it. We feed it. We nurture our own. This right here, this is not our own. We are sitting into something. We are slaving. This is not our own. So the way that women gave life, all we had to do was just give it. If I feel like laying down the apple, I nail my little ass down on the ground, put an apple, and move on. Because the way women had babies in the beginning, we didn't have babies and the babies stayed with us. We had babies and dropped them off where we had them from and let nature take it. Because we didn't have babies. We had things that gave energy to life. We had fruits. We had vegetables. This is what we gave life to. This is why they took the fruits and vegetables. Think about everything they've taken. This is why they took the female energy trees. We are the trees. Trees give life. Trees give fruits. Trees give water. We are the trees of life. The sun bears down on the trees, and what happened to the tree? The tree grows. The hair on the trees, it get blossom. We are the trees of life. The sun hits us. And when the sun hit the woman, we grow, we give life. When a man put his sperm in, that's what happened. We grow, we give life. Women know who you are. The sun give us babies. We are the trees. Why do you think they got rid of the female trees? Why do you think they cut them down like shit? And not only is we the trees, ladies, but that sun absorbed through us. So we are one with the sun. We are children of the sun. The men is just workers.